I think what happened with the system, and the reason it went really crazy, is because everybody was waking up to narcissism. And usually the leaders, not all of them, but a lot of leaders, they rise up in a narcissistic system because they're either narcissistic or psychopathic or sociopathic. You got narcissism, sociopathic, sociopath, psychopath, right? And so the system had to create all these insane events, right? We had a pandemic that created inflation, and it just keeps going. Now there's wars. It's just like a trickle effect. And so the drama just keeps happening because of choices made. And I think what they're doing, the devil, he knows that if he creates so much drama and trouble and war and in his system, that everybody will forget about narcissism and they will become more narcissistic themselves, right? Okay, so if everybody's getting healthy, let's say it's 50-50. And then we go to 60-40 healthy versus narcissist, which we're probably like at 30. We're probably at 20% healthy and 80% unhealthy. So they have to probably have like 90% saturation so nobody really sees past it, because the abnormal has to become normal. And so they keep making the abnormal normal for the kids. And so the kids and the people who don't really see through this thing become narcissistic because of the narcissistic abuse. They become a copy, you know, of the system. And I think that's why I look back over the information that was being shared about narcissism. People were waking up. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody saw it. People didn't know what gaslighting was. For most, I mean, it just started being discussed 5 years ago, and it spread like wildfire. Nobody knew what future faking was. Nobody knew what love bombing was. Nobody knew these terms. And it became so popular that the whole system was crashing, because the shape-shifting, reptilian, narcissistic, psychopathic people were being revealed for what they were. And so they had to create all this insanity to hide or to make copies so that it becomes normal again, you know. I think that's what's happening. If you got 10 narcissists around you, and you start to talk to this, and they all have flying monkeys, so you start to talk to this flying monkey, and they say, oh. And you talk to this flying monkey, and they say, oh, yeah. And then it spreads to all the flying monkeys. They say, oh, I'm a slave to a narcissistic life. They'll tell you, everybody, after a certain age, just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's true. If they attack you and lie about you, and other people just believe it and don't really talk to you, don't have any proof, there's nothing. They've lied about you, and these people just believe the lie that was told. In a court of law, it wouldn't stand. If you just believe, if you were the judge, and you should be the judge of everything that comes in your ear gate, your eye gate. If you're the judge in a court and somebody accuses somebody, the judge is going to say, where's the proof? And then ask, are you guilty? No, not guilty. I didn't do that. That's not me. That's not even, that has nothing to do. I don't even know who they're talking about. And there was an Instagram post where this lawyer came in with this guy, and this guy here, he was on the stand, and the lawyer said, are you 100% sure that the defendant, I mean, what do they call it? That this guy is the one that did this to you or beat you or whatever, or stole from you or whatever it was. Are you 100% sure this is the guy? Yes. He said, well, I can tell by your response that you don't have a good memory about this. And they said, well, how is that possible? And he said, well, John Doe, please stand up. And the guy stood up in the back. The guy at the front wasn't even the guy. And the guy in the back was the guy that he was accusing with his name. The guy in the front had a different name, was a different person. And the guy in the back stood up. He says, so see, you couldn't even recognize him that far in front of you, much less, I mean, this close to you in a calm environment, much less in a chaotic environment where it's happening so fast or whatever. My point is, just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's true. Just because somebody accuses doesn't mean it's true. That's why there's a process. But the court of public opinion doesn't go through the normal, healthy process, and that's what they want. They want unhealthy people. And it takes a while. That it could be a family member that you trust and they're accusing a neighbor. It could be your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, and they say, my neighbor over here slapped me. And you get mad and you go over there and try to slap them. But instead of going there and talk to them, say, what really happened? And they say, well, I got it on camera. I didn't slap them. And then when they see that camera and they realize their sister or mom or whoever lied to them, they start to break the program that they were raised by a narcissist or raised around a narcissist. So they say, oh, nothing they said my whole life was true, most likely, because it was all manipulation. And so my point is, narcissism, the videos, the Dr. Phil finally became... he created copies of himself with the teachers that were teaching on narcissism and abuse and the reverse psyops. Because they flip reality, they reverse psyop and all that. And so I believe that all the chaos that's going on is the devil's trying to hide. But think about the book of Revelation. Revelation is revealing Jesus, right? Yes. Who is Jesus? The truth, the way, the truth, the life. So Revelation is revealing truth. As we approach that day of culmination, the truth is being revealed. Narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, all these people are being revealed. The devil that they are is being revealed. So as we approach, the truth is, the proof is in the pudding, right? As we approach that day, they can't hide. They can only mimic, and that's what they've been doing their whole life, is mimic. But if you listen intently long enough, you'll be able to see it. The facade will crack, and you'll be able to see it. The mask will crack, and you'll see through the cracks and see what's really in front of you. And it's a malicious, narcissistic devil possessing that person. And think about it. You might say, well, the narcissist seems so nice. But then they act crazy. Think about it. The Bible says the devil can possess them at will. So they're going about their life in their insecurity. When you're in communication with them, the devil wants to attack you. The devil takes them over and says something to try to pierce you or penetrate you. And they just speak it through a demon, and there's your narcissist. And then they go back to normal like nothing ever happened because the devil possessed them. Come on now. Come on. This has got to help somebody. And so as we approach that day, the demons in that person have to become more subtle and try to hide. And I really don't know how they're going to hide, because as we approach the truth, which is Jesus, the truth is right in front of you. So you can see the truth right in front of you. See that right there, the letter E? E is a spirit. in Spanish is spirit. A, B, C, D, E. Your power. The spirit is your power. You can't grasp anything without your thumb. You can't grasp anything without the spirit. Email. Instant. The letter E is spirit. It's instant. Email. Instant. Energy. Ether. Elephant is tall. Goes up. Elevator goes up. It's up. Spirit. There's other words where E is used for instant communication and instant stuff happening all the time. The cryptocurrency Ether. There's other things I forget now. Email, I used to think about it. There's some other stuff I forgot right now. It just went out of my mind. E-card. Send an e-card. Anyway, if you take all the words with the letter E, escape, to get out, ethereal, enter, I could make a whole list and it would blow your mind when you start to see the pattern. Especially ET or EX. EX is out. ET is extraterrestrial. It's outside of time. Outside of terrestrial. FedEx, I just said X. EX, FedEx truck went right by just now. Federal is Federal Express, right? Federal is faith. EX is outpress. So faith is being outpressed in this transportation system. You're being, think about it, everything that you do, you're carrying something somewhere. You're carrying your wallet or your keys or your groceries or your bag or your whatever, yourself. You're always carrying something, because carry goes back to birthing. Everything's a birthing. So as we see the day approaching, all truth is being revealed. And they can fight it all day long. So the reason that we're going to have the mark of the beast is because they can't hide anymore. So they want everybody, they want 90% of the population taking the mark of the beast, becoming psychopaths tied to the AI computer, and the 10% that say, no, I'm not going to do it, they cut their head off, you know. That's why all dictators become dictators. They want everybody to agree with them. They want to be right. They want to be the center of attention. The reason these dictators become dictators is because they're narcissists. They think they're gods. What does a narcissist think? They think they're God. Easy button. It all fits as a fractal.